Hello everyone, welcome to Monday nights, and this is ALR Silver, and we're here in the beautiful Paul Ricard circuit. Well, the location's beautiful, I'm not sure about the track itself, but we are here for the French Grand Prix, round 20 out of this incredible 21 season. And I gotta say, if you've had if you've enjoyed the season and can't get enough of racing, remember next season we're going to have an incredible 22 races next season. Goodness gracious me, absolutely fantastic stuff, it really is. Then anyway, we're going into qualifying then for the French Grand Prix as well. Let me turn myself down to make sure I don't hear that awful voice which is mine, and we'll get going on this in just a few moments time. You can see a couple of beautiful screenshots here of the French Grand Prix, isn't it? Of course, 15 turns around this Paul Ricard circuit, so of course, you may have heard that I'm not a big old fan of this track, am I? But nevertheless, oh gosh, sorry. But nevertheless, it's still it's produced an absolutely fine race last night, didn't it? Around this spectacular racetrack, indeed. Then right then, we are now getting ready for qualifying one. Then we are about 18. Well, no, we ain't. We're about 10 seconds into this session, and fantastic stuff indeed. And let's quickly go through the drivers and the constructors. Of course, it's basically been wrapped up, really, hasn't it? But of course, I do love the drivers and the constructors anyway. So yeah, it's very important to me. So yeah, we have Glock, who of course won the championship way back in Spain now, about 5 rounds ago now. Goodness me. And Drofas, who I finally pronounced his name right about 2 weeks ago, he is second and also been confirmed to be promoted. Alhan has also been confirmed as well in third position. And so the top 3 are locked in then. Lovely stuff indeed then. Anyway then, so Lost Souls in 4th position, and I think he's had a good season, hasn't he? Paulie Orange has really stepped up his game as of late. He's been fantastic, Paulie Orange has. He's displaced YBR, has dropped down to 6th position. YBR back in action tonight, so fantastic stuff to see YBR in the race here tonight. So great, brilliant stuff indeed. We have also got Serious Mushroom, Ghost Recon 7th and 8th, then King's Own in 9th edition, and FIFA Beefy is in 10th edition. Lovely stuff indeed then. VTOL moving up a position and is gone in front of his teammate Andre. In the constructors, that's also been wrapped up as well, hasn't it? As the Red Bull have won the constructors also a couple of weeks ago as well. Haas is in 2nd position mode, but it's very nip and tuck between Haas. Only 21.1 points in front of Toro Rosso, who are third. Only 26 points in front of Racing Point in 4th, who are only 17 points in front of Mercedes in 5th, with McLaren in 6th, 24 points back. My goodness me, those 5 teams are absolutely nose to tail, aren't they? Goodness me. And then we have the Williams and Renault team very close as well. Then the Williams are 8 points in front of Renault. Alfa Romeo is in 9th position, and Ferrari is bringing up the rear in 10th position as well. Then we've got the cars on the circuit. Then it's good stuff to see. Then and here comes one man who's the man who's going to be who's second at the moment. Can he also confirm his 2nd position in the Drivers' Championship tonight? Well, almost certainly he can. Then he just needs I think he needs to outscore Alhan by 7 points, really, doesn't he, to get him in, to confirm him of the 2nd position here tonight, which is absolutely splendid stuff. It really is, isn't it? So let's take a look at the comments then before I start nattering away about all kinds of rubbish. Of course, we're just watching Drofas now. Of course, we got Everton. Of course, very disappointed Everton was last night of unable, as the championship for gold has been confirmed. Granty is a 2-time world champion for ALR. An absolutely incredible season Granty has. Remember, this season to last season is night and day in terms of difference, isn't it? Remember, Granty won the championship last season as well in that 10th affair in Abu Dhabi. But this season he is doing absolutely incredible, fantastic, hasn't he? I can't think of any other adjectives to say, really, can I, about Granty's incredible performances this season. Really well done indeed. Then we have got but yeah, Emerson now just saying hello all, and I think he's still in good spirits as well, and looking forward to seeing how he can bounce back next season, because remember, this season as well, I think he's still of course Granty has really stepped up, but Emerson has as well. So them two just went for another gear. Both them two have basically been run away in the ALR title this season, haven't they? So good stuff indeed then. But that is gold. Here's silver tonight. We have also got a lovely shot here from Drofas at the moment, and he is in the Toro Rosso. Then everyone's saying is a track is definitely not beautiful. The location is, but the track isn't really the isn't the nicest thing in the world, is it? I got to say, it's a nice test track, isn't it? Let's leave it at that, shall we? Jake Wilson, good evening, Jake. Hope you're well here tonight as well as drop fast going on to a 30.5. Lovely stuff there from the Toro Rosso. We have got YBR returning back to action now. Yellow flag is fluttering in the far section, so YBR has gone second fast at the moment. Nunda in the McLaren is in third position. Well, good stuff indeed there as he is replacing Andre here tonight, and he is set to 8:30. We've got Mercedes there of Wilson, who is just gone into third position now because Poorly Orange there is set the benchmark. He is 4/10 of a second in front of Drop Fast at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed then. Flea moving up into fifth position in the Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed. That's his teammate behind him, just maybe getting a cheeky little slipstream now. Here comes we got Iceman in fifth position there in the Renault. Then we have also got one of the Williams is just coming across the line as well. Here comes V Todd there. He goes up to fourth fastest. V Todd is indeed there. Let's take a look at some of the drivers, shall we? We have got Dan Murphy, who is in the Red Bull tonight. We've also got Gunnar as well, and I think Gunnar is actually making his debut for Silver tonight. No, I tell a lie. Here, this is his second race tonight, then. So good stuff indeed there for Gunnar. But there is two men actually making their debut tonight, and let's welcome first then the Alfa Romeo driver of Brabit there. I think that's how you say it, isn't it, Brabit? Yeah, Brabit then is in the Alfa Romeo. So welcome Brabit. They're making his debut here tonight, and let's see how he fares here tonight. Then, so good stuff indeed there for Brabit. And also let's welcome, of course, Dave Shaw as well. Then, and of course, I know a lot about Dave. Well, in terms of his racecraft, definitely. He's been I think I've known him since I started league racing, really, hasn't he? And of course, a very fine young racing driver as well, Dave is. So welcome to the series, Dave, and I hope you enjoy the final two rounds then before he sets off for a championship challenge next season. As he is now just coming on the back straight as well. Alhan is on a lap at the moment as well. Of course, he is third in the championship, and I wonder if he can get into second. There's a long shot there for Alhan. There's a Mercedes right off the track there in front of us, but Alhan is carrying on. Lovely stuff indeed then. Pains, hello mate. Hello Pains, how's it going then? We've also got Kingdom. Hey Ginge. Hey Kingdom, hope you're having a lovely time out there. Sam saying evening, and evening Sam. We've also got Ayrton saying bonjour Sean. Siva, I have no idea what that means. All I know is I don't know much about the French really, apart from au revoir, bonjour, and oui as well. That's about it for me. Of course, Nosy knows a lot about the French because he's taught me about some of the French equities of his experience in France. Of course, if you turn a baguette upside down, that is classed is it classed as illegal or very disrespectful? I can't remember, but yeah, of course. So Nosy there, a man of the people, a man of the world. Well, he certainly knows about France, doesn't he? Here comes Los Sotos coming over the line. Los Sotos goes third fast at the moment, and 600 a second. Behind Drop Fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed then. King's up there. It's coming through that very difficult, I was going to say horrible, that very difficult turn 15. He's almost off the track there as well. King's up has had a renaissance as such, haven't he? And I had a bit of a French accent there. Good stuff indeed then. But yeah, he's had a bit of a renaissance, hasn't he? King's up has good stuff indeed in fifth position at the moment. Brabit is on lap, and so is Dave as well. We're going to just stick with Brabit for the minute then in the Alfa Romeo then, as he is tackling the chicane, isn't he, of turn 8 and 9 then. We've got Payne saying good luck Walker, and also same to you as well, to Mushroom as well. Mike saying hey Mr. Commsman, hello Mike, hope you're well. We've also got good luck Poorly Orange and Jake Wilson will be cheering on the Merc said. We've also a lovely little arm emoji as well. I think it's a gym emoji, isn't it? Mike saying hashtag Team Mercedes, hashtag Team Mercedes as well. And of course remember that what Knowlesy just announced earlier on today there is, excuse me, there we go. Oh gosh, cleaning out the old pipes. I think I need to have done before I go on live here tonight. But yeah, of course, what Nosy announced then is the Constructors' Cup player, isn't it? It is going to be drivers representing their teams, and it's all about teamwork, isn't it? In the Constructors' Cup then, and of course, details will be launched later on. Of course, a lot of the drivers will know about the details already, but keep an eye as there will be a lot of information. It's going to be publicised over over the coming weeks as well. And so good stuff indeed then. As Mike has just said, I've got that horrible disease, which, to be honest, I hope I don't really, but there you go. Dave going up to 12 fastest mode there. A couple of tenths behind his teammate then, so Dave right on the money straight away in the Renault. Good stuff indeed. Then we've got a lot of outlaps out there at the moment. So here comes Gunnar. Of course, he is actually now joined the most experienced driver in ALR history in gold. He has got 47 starts along with our Nigel. Of course, I was going to say Nigel Mansell. Nigel, who of course the first ever champion of ALR. 47 race starts between them of Gunnar and Nigel. Good stuff indeed. Then it's a Flea has been driving the wrong way, and he's parked his car in the middle of the track there. Goodness me, Flea. And oh dear, you might have to flee the scene there, as he has been disqualified, and then he is out of qualifying. And oh dear, that's not good at all, is it? And there we go there indeed, as Mike said. Yes, I ain't allowed to say that on stream, even though I have said it a couple of times actually. No, I have got away with it as well, but yes, I'm doing very well now. Of course, Dan, who's now the head admin, of course he's the head admin of Silver, and he does crack the whip, doesn't he? So of course I've got to be very careful these days, as Nunda is now in the 50th position in the cloud as well. Here comes Serious Mushroom, and he's out on track moment. And talking of Mr. Murphy, he's also starting his lap as well in the Red Bull, along with Gouda, but Gouda's invalidated this time, so he's going to have to go back out there. We've got a whole new Red Bull team tonight. Of course, we have not got our champion Glock here tonight, as he, I think, might be enjoying the sun. Well, I would say enjoying the sun, but I've looked outside and it's very doom and gloom out there, goodness me. And I'm glad I'm in here for the minute, my goodness me. Yeah, well, actually, then again, I probably would like to be outside at this moment in time, because I ain't going to get sunburned. As we're now just watching Serious Mushroom then coming down the back straight as well then. And you can see that he has just got a Haas in front of us as well. We have got 7 minutes to go in this qualifying session then, and at this point of proceedings, as we've got a racing point now just cruising at the moment now. A lovely shot of Serious Mushroom's helmet. I'm loving that helmet actually. That's a very beautiful helmet indeed. I'm loving that. Very nice then. Serious Mushroom then is just He's a bit low on fuel there, isn't he, in the Williams there. Remember that ALR is now a 3-day extravaganza, isn't it? Of course, we have gold, silver and bronze there, don't we? Incredible stuff indeed. Of course, this is our part 2 of 3, isn't it? And we have bronze tomorrow night as well. Bronze is still very much wide open in the championship, and I think and that is still 2 championships where I have no idea who's going to win, which is absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. And here comes Murphy coming through the final turn as well. Let's see what he can do, as Payne's there is really rattled my cage, goodness me, as Dan Murphy has gone 4th fastest mode there in the Toro Rosso. Lovely something. There's a Ferrari coming out on track. There's only one Ferrari left in this session, as Flea, unfortunately, I think he needed his compass, as he went the wrong way, didn't he? I gotta say though, I'm not surprised really, because LPE is just invalidated his time, and I'm wondering, of course, the track extension around here is absolutely brutal, but I'm wondering if LPE just got off the track there on a straight line, and that's classed as a track extension there. Which is it's a bit brutal, isn't it? But unfortunately, that's the way of this French Grand Prix. As it's like a car park, isn't it, really? And painted blue, goodness me. I hope you've all got your sunglasses on, but I think Paynes has just enlightened me that we might not need our sunglasses, because there is rain imminent, and it is in 15 minutes time here in Paul Ricard. I think it's my French is appalling now. I think it's Le Cisse or something, I don't know. Oh no, that's a football player, isn't it? Cisse, I don't know. Oh yes, Dribble Cisse then, of course, one of my all-time favourites. I used to be a Liverpool striker as well. He's also part of Marseille as well, isn't he? He's a random bit of fact knowledge which no one probably even cared about there, but yeah, I used to like Dribble or Cisse way back when I was a young nipper. So we got a Red Bull who has got off the track now. I think that's Dan, who's just gone for just gone white. Then it's Mike has just gone rain with an exclamation mark. Yes indeed, we do have a sprinkle of the wet stuff, even though the Mona is looking lovely and beautiful out there. Ghost has just gone to 14 fast mode. Dave is very much on the cusp at the moment. He has dropped down to 15th place, back out on track now. Here comes Razor, or Razor. To be honest, his name is probably Razor really, but for some reason I've always gone Razor, because I'm just, a bit dappy, aren't I? But here comes Razor now, and he is done at 32.5 at the moment. He needs to find 3 tenths per second over Dave, and who is in the Renault. He is currently 15th at the moment, and this is going to get very, very interesting to say the least, isn't he? We've also got Mumford thrown in teamwork as well. Mumford and Emerson are going to be very much under a lot of pressure next week as well. Mercedes and Williams will be battling for the Gold Constructors Championship, won't it? Granty, of course, won the Constructors Championship with the Renault team last season. Is he going to do the double again in Azerbaijan in a week's time? Of course, in silver, all the championships have been wrapped up. Constructors and drivers, all the promotions have also been confirmed as well. But it's still all to play for, isn't it? In the gold constructors as well. And bronze, remember, tomorrow night it's going to be very interesting indeed, isn't it? Bronze. But of course, as I lost souls retired from the session then, but of course we still got to get through silver, really. And I got to say, I'm really looking forward to silver because of course with Glock, who's not in here tonight, albeit I've quite enjoyed the battles between Glock and Poorly Orange over the last couple of races. Unfortunately, he was rolled with it in Abu Dhabi, wasn't he? But I think that was really spicing up to be an absolute showdown, wasn't it? And then in Abu Dhabi as well, we could have had another showdown as well, but unfortunately, Glock had some issues there coming out of the pits. Razor has just gone up into 13 fastest, number 17. Then here comes Dave, and he is currently on the cusp of no Ghost has retired from the session now. What about Dave? And he's done a 32.246, and he's very much on the cusp. Then let's see what track Evolution can do. And what about Dave Evolution as well? And he comes over the grid hatchins and he goes 13 fastest and improves by 7/10 of a second there in the Renault. Good stuff indeed there from Dave. Very nicely done then. Razor is down in 40 position mode. Serious Mushrooms on track as well. LPE, who is in the relegation zone, and really he's been very unlucky this season, hasn't he? Because I don't feel that he's a driver that is one of the slowest in this field. Then, but goodness me, he's only got 2 points to his name this season. He's only scored points in Austria, and I think it was Japan last week, wasn't it? No, it wasn't, was it? No, it wasn't. Yeah, he scored in Abu Dhabi, I apologise, and in Brazil, which is absolutely incredible, isn't it, for LP? I'm not sure what's... I think we, of course, LP there is his first season in ALR, but I think he has shown flashes of absolute brilliance, hasn't he? Unfortunately, there he's just never got the... he's never got the rub of the green for one thing or another. But there we go then. So we have lost Ghost Recon already in this session. We have lost Flea as well. We have also lost Nunda, who is just confirmed in the comments that he is starting 17th. What is new? Well, hopefully you don't start loading 17th, Nunda, because you're very much on the cusp of the boat there. As we're just watching LP. We've also got Gunnar, who is also in the Red Bull out there as well then. So this is going to be very much nip and tuck, isn't it? Very interesting stuff to say at least. Lovely over the shoulder shot. Look how dull it's got then here in France, and of course it's very wide open around Paul Ricard, isn't it? So the seasons can change it quite dramatically. LP comes over the grid hatchins. He is 17th, and I think that he's got 2 minutes to go to improve his time then, but goodness me, who is that just gone flying up? I think it was Walker is now up in the Alpha Male, up into 6th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. And as Ghost has just said, the most stupid and boringest track on the calendar. Worst track. I'm trying to defend it, but you can't really, can you? It's not a great track, is it? Gunnar moves up to 15. Fantastic stuff out from the Irishman. He is up into 15th position there in the Red Bull. And I think that might be also Dan Murphy also getting a good old nudge as well, isn't he? Here comes Mushroom then coming out of the final turn as well. Let's see what I can do. Gunnar's just gone into the 32 zeros then, but Serious Mushroom with some serious pace there. 1.2 seconds in front there. Oh, sorry, improvement. Goodness me, and that is definitely going to make, because a lot of people sit up and take notice there from the Williams drivers. Both Williamses have been brilliant this season, hasn't it? And I've got to say, I would love to see the Williams team back in, both being in the same car next season. I think that they have been really good together, haven't they? I think that they've really complemented each other. Poorly Orange there, total compliment, and he's just gone into a 29.8 there, and they're really starting to stretch his legs there in the Mercedes then, isn't he? Oh goodness me then, as just on board there with Paulie Orange. I've just taken a couple look at your comments there as well then. We've also got Mike saying that Austria most boring, death of the most stupid, death of the most stupid though, not racetrack, it's a test circuit. Indeed it is. I couldn't agree with you more, Mike, really, to be honest. This track is good, isn't it, to test out the car, isn't it? But yeah, it's not a very good race circuit, is it, to be honest? I'm trying not to be a negative Nancy, and to be honest, last night I think we had a very good gold race actually. Really enjoyed gold last night. It was tense, wasn't it, all the way up and down the field. Whether it's Granty battling for the championship, and of course with me having to get out my old school calculator, or just in general, the racing was great, wasn't it? Jonathan Cox and Brandon had an absolutely fierce battle. It's a serious mission there, taking a detour there. Of course, France is a beautiful place for tourism, isn't it? I think more of the Eiffel Tower than Paul Ricard there, but Serious Mission is a man of the world, isn't he? Just watching King's Own there, and then he is just coming onto the back straight as well. And look how dark it's got. You can see that the lights on the edge of the track there are starting to illuminate here, as it's getting very dull overhead, isn't it? Of course, we are expecting rain in the not too distant future as well. This is going to be very interesting indeed then. We got Bailey Smith saying, come on Granny. Oh, Granty he means. I was just wondering who he's calling Granny there, but he might have been calling it me, to be honest, as I am feeling a bit like an old timer tonight. Gosh, I think I'll probably have a grey hair in me Hopper trail as well. Anyway, just watching V-Todd, then he flies through turn 10 then. Yeah, so Grant there, cracking a brilliant drive last night there. Really, I think now that the Cookie is going to be an interesting participant next season, isn't he? I'm really enjoying him. Can't wait to see Cookie in a full-time seat, really showing some speed, wasn't he? Of course, turned up in gold, got pole position and the race win as well, and he is a tough cookie to crack, isn't he? He really is. And I think Granty didn't crack him last night, but I think he had other things on his mind, didn't he, Granty? So looking forward to seeing what will happen next season from a personal point of view. And that is the end of qualifying there, whilst I've got off on a tangent now, and I am really and of course I was talking about all of gold last night, wasn't I? Goodness me. Anyway, then we're coming through, we're finishing qualifying now, and let's take a quick look at the guys that have just been knocked out. Then we've lost Flea, who got disqualified. Nunda is down in 19th position, LPE is in 18th position, Ghost is in 17th position, and Gunnar is unfortunately out of qualifying. He is down in 16th position there, as that is slightly unfortunate there for Gunnar. But so and you can see then there is about 4 tenths per second that separates Razor and Gunnar. I wonder if Gunnar got another lap in, then perhaps he might have squeezed through then. But that is in the qualifying one then. So that is 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th that have been lined up, and Flea unfortunately getting disqualified for driving the wrong way. But as I said earlier on in the show, I'm not surprised there, because it's a very difficult track to get right, isn't it? You need a compass sometimes to navigate yourself around here, don't you? Goodness me. Anyway, we're going into qualifying 2 now, as I'm trying to get comfy then, because this is where it's going to get really tense. Oh my goodness me, we've got rain on the horizon already then. Is anyone going to throw on a set of slick tyres, are they, and go out straight away? Yes, there is some slick tyres on there at the moment there. And Wilson is, of course, is a qualifying ban there for his misdemeanor in Degna 2 last week. It was a very I gotta say, it was a very audacious move, wasn't it? I gotta say it was brave as well. And that rain is going to get heavier and heavier then. So let's see who can surf the wave then here in France. And that's a Williams there, who is basically Serious Mushroom there. I think it's Serious Mushroom, isn't it? Now just coming out of the way of Razor, and he is away then as well. So look at this. We've got a queue of cars then. This qualifying session might be done and dusted in the first couple of minutes around here. Oh goodness me then. Anyway then, as now that we're now just on board with Joffa as well then, and as Wilson there was just saying there, I quite like your opinions here, but Wilson is saying that the too much runoff here, but the track is actually decent there. So of course, so Wilson there is one of a few that actually likes this track then as well, and really, so yeah, of course, I feel that the track could probably might just need a bit of spicing up here now. They've got so much configuration around here, really, haven't they? They've got so much depth to just improve it. Personally, I don't know. For me, there, I don't enjoy the track at all. But then again, I don't enjoy many tracks where I'm facing the wrong way. But yeah, I love your comments, guys. Keep on coming in there. It really keeps me on my toes, on the edge of the seat then. And this qualifying performance is going to be very much on the edge of the seat stuff as well. As our Drofas there in car 12, and he is second in the Drivers' Championship at the moment for silver. He has been brilliant, hasn't he? He's been very consistent, to say the least. Razor is gone. He is gone in a big way as well. Oh goodness me then. And oh dear, he's in the wall. That's 2 Ferraris who are out quite quickly on then. And it looks like the perilous turn 10, isn't it, where it looks like he got too much, and he is in the wall then. So that is unfortunate indeed then, as now we're just getting ready then. Drofas is the first man then to go over the grid hatch and start us up then. We have got And we got to Exile just basically saying track sucks, and then very much not holding anything back there is the Exile. And I got to say I'm in the Exile camp on this one. But of course, that's the beautiful thing about the world, isn't it? Of course, it's about everyone's different opinions, isn't it? And very much, and that's the beauty, isn't it? So then we have lost 2 cars in this qualifying session already. We have lost Jake, who has got a quality ban, and Razor, who is in the hedge, unfortunately, out of turn 10. So that's not good at all, is it? And just watching Draw Fast and coming down the back straight as well. DRS is wide open there, still DRS at the moment, even with the drops of rain there coming from the sky, coming from the heavens there, isn't it? Then so Draw Fast then should have the best of the track conditions there, shouldn't he? As he is now coming into the chicane now, which breaks up this long straight. Then this is very much ultimate test for the drivers, isn't it? Because of course it's the track. If you extend the track limits around here, it's almost an instant of course track extension there, isn't it? Which basically means that the lap is done and dusted, isn't it? So we've got every car out there apart from Lost Souls, who unfortunately I reckon he must have got lost going to his car, because he is a very long way off at the moment. He's only just finished his lap. Draw Fast has got off there. He got on the lap pedal a bit too early there, Draw Fast did, and unfortunately because of that there he has really lost momentum. He has to keep going now, because this potentially could still be a decent lap nonetheless. And he is now coming into the final couple of corners as well, into turn 14, now into 15 as well. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do then as well. Then accelerates away then, or gingerly as you like then, and yet see what he does. And look how much slower these times are. We're almost 12 seconds slower than what we was in qualifying 1 there. And so interesting stuff. Then YBR set the fast lap. Then he's 4/10 of a second in front. Then VTOL is second. Serious Mushroom is third. Then Draw Fast has dropped down to 4th at the moment there, but he is still. And Murphy has gone fast as well. And they're coming over. It's like the Nürburgring 99. And Poorly Orange is second fast at the moment now. And they're all on the medium tires there, isn't it? Of course, this is about qualifying. This is about the race starts and what tires you want to start on. And I know we got Alhan in 8th position as well. David's gone into 9th position. Iceman in 10th position there. Brabant is coming through. Lost Souls has had a problem there. And I think this might be the end of qualifying then already then. And here comes Brabant. Brabant's going to sneak through as well. He does. He's in 2nd position there on the soft tires. And so that's a very good play there. David's at the moment on the cusp. And Iceman is out of qualifying. He has lost. He's got fine 2/10 of a second then on board Lost Souls there as well. Look how tricky these weather conditions are then. It is very slippery out there, isn't it? Look at the rain. Look at the rain there. And the Lost Souls having to correct the car halfway through. Turn 11. Goodness gracious me then. Fine stuff indeed there for Lost Souls. But look at this, and he's like a pedestrian now, isn't he? I say he is so struggling there on the far sector. Now I think it's too wet now, isn't it? It's too wet for those tires out there, isn't it? As now his Lost Souls are coming into the final couple of corners then. He just wants to complete his lap, because potentially this still might be quicker than going onto the intermediate tires then. Yellow flag in the second sector. Two Reynolds are very nip and tuck there, isn't it? Lost Souls coming through then. He is in a 4th position there, and that just shows how much I know about it, because Lost Souls has done a fantastic lap. It felt like so pedestrian, didn't it? But goodness me, that Lost Souls still got himself through in the qualifying to qualifying at 2. Fantastic stuff indeed then. It's anyone else having another go then. Davis looks like he's not having another go, and here comes Iceman as well. Kingdom is out. He's thrown on a set of soft tires. Kingdom in the last couple of races has been absolutely fantastic. He really has, hasn't he? And now then is just watching him coming through. Then he's on an outlap at the moment, isn't he? Is anyone going to finish? Is anyone going to carry on? Then Murphy is fast as ever for qualified too. Fantastic stuff for Dan. Bravo there, throwing himself right up into the thick of things. We've got Williams there of a Serious Mushroom there, who is who's had to have a just go off the track there slightly. Walker in 8th position as well. Unfortunately, we have lost both Reynolds and is coming into the pits as well. And Kingzone at the moment is just trying to get out there as well. Let's see. And how, to be honest, the rain hasn't got heavier, has it? Has the DRS been disabled? I apologise if it hasn't, because there's me just waffling on and I'm not even paying attention. Goodness me then. Kingzone flying through turn 10 as well then. And he is now coming out to turn 11 then as well then. I think he's just trying to get out of the way of the car in front behind him, which is Lost Souls at the moment now. And Lost Souls there has come back quite quickly, isn't he, really? King's up there. So at the moment then, the rain has arrived then, but it's not too heavy at the moment, is it? So at the moment then, this is okay for King's Home. Can he tippy toe around there and get into qualifying 3? At the moment it's Alhan who is in qualifying 3 there, and that is the target time to beat as well. So this qualifying session might not be done and dusted yet then. It's all about our DRS. If our DRS gets disabled, then it might be the end of it. So we're on board King's Home then. He now needs to keep it brave, doesn't he? Needs to keep these tyres up to temperature, doesn't he? Otherwise, as you can see, it's getting very dull over the pit straight, isn't it? So he needs to keep these tyres up to temperature. It's a vicious circle. The slower you go on the tyres, the less temperature you get, and the temperature just falls and falls and falls. And because of that, then you lose grip, don't you? And it's just a vicious circle, and you just go slower and slower. So Kingdom needs to be brave. He needs to throw it in there. And let's see what he's doing then in the first sector as well. The first sector line is there, and he's done a 27.513 for the first sector. And that is okay at the moment. Oh goodness me, he's getting very squirrely, isn't he? Coming out of turn 6 and 7, and on the back straight, DRS right on the main end. It's only light rain at the moment, isn't it? So if it's at this intensity, he still has a chance, doesn't he? Serious Mushroom might have retired a bit too early here, perhaps then. And as now then we're just coming into the chicane as well, then before stamping on the throttle, coming back out there, and now once again dropping down and coming down the hill once again, and coming up to the very perilous turn 10 then as well then. And there's no DRS at this stage of the lap, and the stage of proceedings, and flies through car 94 then, and he is now cut up to turn 11 as well. And look at the raindrops then, and you can see it's on the camera lens as well, but there's a bit of sunshine to the left of us. Goodness me, Kingdom there is really keeping it there, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed. And as he is now into the final stage of the lap, then let's see what he can do. It's the time he's aiming for is a 41.745, and from Alhan at the moment, who is currently 10th at the moment. And let's see what he can do then with just 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. DRS is right on the money. Look at the top there. I think it's a fantastic lap from Kingdom. It's a great lap from Kingdom. He is fastest, and my goodness me then, I'm wondering if Serious Mushroom might have retired a bit too early on then in this session, and potentially this qualifying session is far from done then. Is anyone going to get back out on track now? Maybe someone's going to throw a set of soft tyres on. What about the two Renaults? What about Alhan? Surely they should, surely it's worth a gamble, isn't it? You might as well go for all or nothing there. You might as well go for broke, haven't you? But Kingdom has shown that there is still enough grip out there as well then. So it's very light rain at the moment. The track is not getting too wet out there, which is good stuff indeed, isn't it? As we've just had Darren join us as well then, as he's wishing that we were up all as well. Yes, we are. Well, thank you, Darren. As of course, it's good to have you all along with us here tonight as well. And I hope you're enjoying the coverage then of the French Grand Prix, round 20 of the first season of Silver, and it's been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? Of course, the championships for Silver have been over quite a while ago, haven't they? So but of course, it's been a very interesting season, hasn't it? Glock, they're rewriting the history books. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So now just coming down the back straight once again, and so we've got outlaps for Walker then. Walker's had staying out on the medium compound tyres then. Of course, if you can, even though we got wet conditions out there, as long as you're not qualifying on the wet wear tyres, so the intermediate or the wet tyres, you have to still start on the dry compound tyres, unless it's a wet race, of course then. So very interesting indeed then, as now we're on board with Walker. Sam has just said they're not looking forward to Baku. Been practicing all day. It was horrible there, but potentially Baku is one of those races that really throws a curveball, and with every fit and with the Drivers' Championship all wrapped up, it could be anyone's ball game, couldn't it? Especially, but remember, the Constructors' Championship is still to play for as well. So yeah, it's very much going to be a very testing time. The rain has stopped here, so then I think the Serious Mushroom might be feeling a bit concerned now, as because of that, the track should dry up now, and potentially it's going to be a bit green there, so there's not going to be much Pirelli rubber down. It's had a slight wash there, hasn't it? But very interesting stuff indeed then. And now then we're coming up, then as Walker is going to be the first one to throw a time on as well then, and the track is now going to be greasy there, isn't it? I wonder if Walker might come out slightly too early here, but he is carrying on his way as well then. Car 14 then accelerates now to turn 15, and he's about to give it some full beans as well then. So here comes Walker, and he is now starting off. He's an 8th finish at the moment then, and the rain has come and gone, everyone then. So of course really it's traditional weather around this time of year in France, isn't it really? But you can see there, as we are near the peak of summer, aren't we, in the French Grand Prix. Of course, if everyone remembers the 99 French Grand Prix, fantastic 98 French Grand Prix as well. We had some thunder showers towards the end, didn't we? And it really helped Schumacher, didn't it, in that day of history. Good stuff indeed there. And actually just to name a few of the classic French Grand Prix. I struggle to name a few classic French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard, but I'm a bit too young for that, I think, then. And now then, as we're coming down the back straight, and Walker still on DRS at the moment. Then. Everyone else in the pits there with just 3 minutes to go in this session, then. So it's a waiting game at the moment, isn't it? It's a bit like old school qualifying, isn't it? Where the drivers are waiting, wasn't it? It's usually the two minorities that came out first, wasn't it? Back in the 60-minute qualifying session, wasn't it? And now then, as we're now flying through into turn 10 as well then, and Walker is very much on his way then as well. And I'm wondering if Walker can he abandon this up and come back out and throw another set of medium tires on that. It's going to be an interesting question. We're back on board with Walker and I think he's done a fine job actually for since he's stepped in as well. As of course he had unfortunately he had a DNF there in the USA, but a very strong Grand Prix in Japan when he racing for the Racing Point last time out. Now he's in the Alfa Romeo then. Walker has really shown some serious pace, hasn't he, here and there, as now then Walker goes fast as then he's done a 32. Look at that is night and day, goodness me then. And now that is just showing that everyone needs to come out of the pits, doesn't it? Serious Mushroom might be out of qualifying here. Oh goodness me, this is not good at all, is it, for a Serious Mushroom then, is it? What a shape now. And now then, so Walker is now into qualifying. Well, no, he ain't into qualifying free just yet, is it? Because we still got number 12 cars gunning for that position then. Davis in the pits moment, as is VTOD and Lost Souls then. I gotta say, they're very good at the old poker game, aren't they? Goodness me then, they're still in the pits then. Lovely stuff indeed then. Murphy there is just is the furthest car forward then, who is about to set a time as well. Emerson saying he's buzzing about Baku there. Hopefully he can recreate his ALR debut and get a win and win the constructors for the Mercedes then. Of course, when Emerson turned up there, didn't he? He just absolutely he was flying, wasn't he? He didn't get pole position that day, but my goodness me, when he got in front there, fantastic, wasn't it, from Emerson. Really did change the ball game in season 2, didn't he? Very good stuff indeed. There was the course at that point of the season 2 there. Remember, it's Favre who was leading the championship after a fantastic start to the season. Now I think he had 3 podiums in 4 races up until that point. Favre was very much the benchmark in the first part of season 2. Look how dull it is there. Coming over the start over the grid hatches as well. Yeah, Favre was really incredible at start of season 2, but unfortunately it just didn't go his way towards the end there, did it? And now then, as we're just watching Murphy then, so we've got a car behind him as well. That is one of the Toro Rossos of I think that was Droffa. I think that's Droffa. It is Droffa indeed then. And now then, so coming into the look at this this section here then. Everyone is out on track then, apart from the 3 guys that are now in qualifying anymore, which is Serious Mushroom, Wilson and Razor, all out qualifying, unfortunately, as we're coming down the back straight as well. As Darren is just saying, wow, I've messed up big time now. Unfortunately, yeah, the rain is come and gone, hasn't it? So that's unfortunate for Darren there in the Williams then. Look at the brake that's glowing on that Red Bull racing then, and of course Murphy there is driving the Red Bull in this week in replace of Glock then as well, and Gunnar is in the Red Bull in replace of Explains. Of course the 2 men who won the constructors there, and they're not here this weekend, are they? So but suitable replacements, isn't it? Walker's finished qualifying, as has Lost Souls as well. Goodness me then. So I think the Lost Souls might be in a bit of trouble then. So just on board with Lost Souls as well, and unless I'm behind him, but I think Lost Souls is done. He is done. I think that's unfortunate for Lost Souls, isn't it? So he could be out of qualifying. That's a huge scalp there, isn't it? Goodness me then. And now we've got Dan Murphy coming through the final turn. Now Drop Fast is on a good old run there, isn't he? On the he is on the medium tires there, isn't he? Murphy goes fast as ever. Drop Fast goes faster. Murphy is on the hard tires. That's a bit of a risky gamble there for Murphy, isn't he? He's really rolling the dice, isn't he? YBR on the medium compound tires. He goes third fastest. Lovely stuff indeed then. Alfa Romeo with Brabham there. He's on the soft tires on his debut as well. He's throwing it all against the wall. Good stuff indeed then. We have got we got Iceman there coming through the final couple of quarters there. Iceman is in 5th position. Lovely stuff indeed there for Iceman. Paulie Orange there, who's down 8th position. He's also on the hard tires. He goes 2nd fastest there. This rain affected qualifying session has really thrown up a curveball, hasn't it, to the final stage of this. It's really good stuff indeed, isn't it? Here comes Kingstown coming over the line. He's full fast indeed there. We got a Haas of Alhan there coming out of the final turn, and Alhan is coming to the line. He's on the medium tires, and Alhan is full fastest. Lovely stuff indeed then. VTOD there is out on track as well, and let's see what VTOD can do. VTOD is only 10th, and Lost Souls is out of qualifying. That's a huge shock there, isn't it? What about Dave on his debut? He has run out the balloon, and has he got enough? I think he was only 12th in the end, Dave was, and just missed out. No, he's 11th, my apologies. He was 11th in the end, and my goodness me, 1 into qualifying, and And wow, that was an incredible end to qualifying, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that. Fantastic stuff there, guys. I gotta say, that was very much on the money, wasn't it? And we have lost a Razor who went into the wall quite early on in qualifying. We had Wilson, who's got a qualifying ban. Serious Mushroom, unfortunately, 40 was calling it 40. He was good enough to go through qualifying too. That is unfortunately not the case, isn't it? It's lost Souls in a 12th position there, and Dave in 11th position as well. So that is unfortunate for all those guys that are out of qualifying. Into qualifying 3 then we go in just a few moments time. Indeed then this is going to be a lottery, isn't it? Who is going to be on pole position then? And I've got to say, everyone who's in qualifying 3 has not been on pole position in their career in silver. So goodness me, we're going to have a first time pole sitter here tonight. Wow, incredible stuff here tonight. And really good stuff indeed then. Anyway then, we're now approaching to qualifying 3 then as well then, as I wipe the sweat off my brow, which is a standard saying for me, isn't it? And we're now into qualifying 3, so hopefully not more rain, to be honest. I gotta say, I do love a spring hit the wet stuff, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how we go there. And I like your opinions as well. And Wilson there, straight in there with Paulie Orange for pole position there. Paulie Orange has never had a pole position in his silver career before then, so very good stuff indeed there. Can Paulie Orange there put that hoodoo to bed and get a pole position here? But he's got to fend off the likes of Vitor, Droffas, Murphy, Walker, Alhan, Brabbit, YBR, Iceman and Kings. My goodness me, it's going to be a lucky dip, isn't it? Who is going to get this pole position then for the French Grand Prix then? Droffas once again is the first man out on track, isn't he? As he is promoted to the gold next season there, isn't he? He's going to be, it's going to be very interesting to see what Droffas is doing. Remember, he had an outing in USA, I think it was, as Nosey has decided to join us as well then, so excellent stuff there, as I think he's had enough of FIFA, hasn't he? Of course, we all have this season, haven't we, really? But anyway, enough about that. We're on to one of the best games of the century, F1 2019 now. And I've quite enjoyed this, to be honest. I think the reason why I say that is just because of the longevity of the game. It's been fantastic, hasn't it? It really has indeed then. Anyway then, as Darren is saying, lucky I'm out. I'll laugh out loud. It's a shame Darren retired the car quite early on, because he could have potentially been into qualifying 3, can he? I remember that of course, the big statement here in this qualifying 3 is that no one in this field of the top 10 have ever been on pole position there. So that is the big statement, and that is going to be, and of course there will be a new pole sitter tonight as well. Good stuff indeed. Here comes Droffas. Can he get on pole position there? He's done everything right this season. The only thing he hasn't done is get pole position and the race win. So, but apart from that, Droffas has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he? He's been on the pole position, on the podium 5 times this season. Really, he's been really incredible, hasn't he? Droffas has, and I think he is actually second, third in the all-time pole positions, isn't he? With a 5 for Alhan has 6 this season. But here comes Droffas coming over the line, and he is on pole position so far, and that is the benchmark, that is the bar, as Brabbit there is just yeah, it's very leisurely coming into the to the final sector of the lap now then. On board with Walker, he comes over to the line, and he is starting his lap right now then. And Droffas there is actually, no, I'm too far in advance, ain't I? Goodness me, I'm talking absolute rubbish out here, because there's been no time yet. I'm getting too excited here, ain't I? Anyway then, as Droffas now coming down into turn 7 as well then, and on the back straight as well, DRS right on the money. There's 2 DRS zones around here, isn't there? Droffas is now coming up to the chicane then as well then, dropping down then, breaking down into 4th gear as well then, tickling over the 100-mile-an-hour mark before stamping on the loud pedal and racing away once again then. And now he's coming up to turn 10. Of course, this turn 10 is probably one of the most perilous turns on the circuit, isn't it? Nunda said Vitor, because he's my teammate tonight, for pole position. Of course, Vitor, I think, has got an absolutely incredible 1-lap pace, hasn't he? He flies on that 1-lap pace. He's just very unlucky there in the old race itself, isn't he? Otherwise, Vitor would be very much higher up the standings, wouldn't he? And now we're coming into the final stage. Look at the sun there grazing down on the black top of the beautiful French Grand Prix circuit, or the location anyway. Final corner as well, the horrible turn 15 then. DRS right on the money then. Droffas is drifted to the side of the pit lane. He is fastest on a 30.090. Good stuff indeed then. What about the Alpha for Walker. How is he going to be able to step his way to pole position there? Oh, goodness me there. And the car actually stepped out there, didn't he? And he comes over the grid hatch as well. He is second fast. He's 6/10 of a second away from pole position. Kingzone has gone second fastest. So Toro Rosso 1-2 at the moment then. Lovely stuff indeed. Here comes Alhan coming up to the line as well. Alhan is coming over the grid hatches as well. He goes third fastest. Lovely stuff indeed there for Alhan. And he starts in between Kingzone and Walker. Brabant in 5th position there. And making his debut tonight. And I think hats off to Brabant, doing a good job. Iceman's invalidated his time then. So that's not too cool at all, is it? Here comes Paulie Orange there. He's coming into the final stage of the lap as well. Let's see what he can do then. Paulie Orange there, I think it's probably the man who's got the favourite for this pole position at this moment there, isn't it? But it's anyone's ball game. Murphy and Todd have not come out for a first attempt there. And Paulie Orange does go fast. He's 2/10 of a second in front of Draw Fast. And this is currently he's on course for his first pole position of his career in silver at the moment. Good stuff indeed then. Let's see, as Iceman there is attacking the corners again then. We also got YBR out on track as well. Goodness me, then you guys are absolutely loving it tonight, aren't you? Very, very, very much on the money there in terms of the comments there. Goodness me, I'm trying to keep up then. YBR has gone 5th fast at the moment. Lovely stuff there from the Racing Point. He is in 5th position. Good stuff then. Iceman coming down the back straight as well then. Let's see what he can do then with this time then as well then. Breaking into the chicane then. And dropping down then to 80 miles an hour then. Of course, tickling the throttle then before he get back on it as well then. And we wouldn't even believe that we had a bit of rain there in the sprinkle of rain there in the middle part of qualifying, did we? Because it's absolutely glorious sunshine at the moment there, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic stuff there. It's Iceman there flying through turn 10 as well and coming into the final part of the lap as well, and it's been absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then from Iceman. Then we have got Darren saying Brabant, Charles and Dave made a song about him, about VTOD. Oh, good stuff indeed then. And now then, as Nunda said, VTOD, what are you waiting for? Get out and set a lap. Get out and set a stunning lap then. And VTOD is doing just that there. He obliges, doesn't he, VTOD? Here comes Iceman coming to the line as well then. He's out of deployment then, but is he out of time? No, he's not. He's 8th fast at the moment then, but he's 2/10 of a second away from Brabant Iceman. He's done 2 laps on the soft tires, and one of that contributed there to being 2/10 of a second away from Brabant at the moment. Here comes VTOD then. Nunda has got his wish then, and he is out on track as well then. So let's see what VTOD can do then. Drop fast. Brabant's palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Oh, I love it. That's a good stuff indeed. I didn't really do that very good justice at all, did I? Bit of a monotone kind of readout that wasn't it? That was appalling. Here comes VTOD then. I don't expect anything appalling though from VTOD then, as he is now coming up to start. So we're on board then with the McLaren driver as well then. Of course, he's had will be his 19th start here tonight. VTOD has. He's been very much ever present. He's only missed 1 Grand Prix this season, which has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? And I'm trying to have a look actually. Of course, it was the Singapore race as well he missed there, but apart from that, VTOD has been ever present. So fantastic stuff there for VTOD. Very good stuff indeed then. So he's coming over the grid hatch as well. We're on board then, VTOD. Then he starts us up then. I know, let's go. He's got 5 minutes to go in this session then. Those are fresh tyres there, fresh soft tyres there on the McLaren. Again, in very deep there in turn 1 there. And out to correct the car at turn 2. It's a bit of a messy start there from VTOD then. I think it's similar to what Grant did last night. And VTOD is already called it a day there in that first lap then. So he's now going to be doing harvesting then, and he's going to be going back around as well. It's into the pits comes Iceman. And of course, that pit lane was changed, wasn't it, in the between 2018 and 19, wasn't it? And he's coming into the pits now then, Iceman is then, and he's just going to get himself away, just get himself sorted as well then. And as Darren has just said, he has not missed any, and indeed he's right there. Of course, as according to my stats, you've got yes, he is. He hasn't missed any at all then. So I was reading the wrong column. So fantastic stuff from Darren there. Of course, he's been ever present, hasn't he? And very good stuff indeed then. Of course, so Mr. Percentage, isn't it? Great stuff indeed to see all these guys in a new league to be so such good attendance there. I wish I had a good attendance like that, and perhaps I would have actually done better at school then. Oh, VTOD there invalidating his time, but fortunately for him, he is okay. He's fine and dandy, and we're going through another lap now as well then. As Rob has just said, Darren is a part of the furniture. Indeed he is. And of course he is a very Of course, Darren is very welcome here as well. He's a keen so into the pits. There comes V-Tot then. So V-Tot then was actually just coming in the pits then, and well, which is a bit of an obvious statement now, isn't it? We're just watching Walker as well then. But yeah, of course, Darren has been ever present, hasn't he? And he's been fantastic in this league. He really has. And big props to Darren because he's in every comment of almost every live stream, isn't he? In ALR, so fantastic stuff there for good stuff indeed. Then now then we're Marcus Rashford has just said he is back then as well. Marcus Rashford is so good stuff then to see Marcus Rashford back in the Oda comment section as well then. I'm not sure if that's a real Marcus Rashford or not then, but hello and welcome then. And of course we've also got Darren, we've also got a couple of Nunda saying V-Tot saving his tires it seems then, and going for one banzai of a lap then, isn't he? 2 3/4 minutes to go in this session then, and with the moment there's still Paulie Orange there with the benchmark with Draw Fast in second position at the moment. Kings are in third then. Both Toro Rosses are looking very incredible at the moment. Alan in fourth position there. YBR in fifth. Walker on board with now in sixth position there. Brabbit is seventh and Iceman is eighth then. Walker on to correct the car there. Looked a bit iffy there, go flying it into turn 8 and 9 there. And because of that there, he's backed out and is going to have to go around again. So we're going to keep an eye and see what YBR does now. And he is in the first sector then. And you have to be very precise on this track, don't you? And you can see on the drive, the same V-Tot there, of course, wasn't precise, neat and tidy in the turn 1 and 2, was he? And then backed out, and the same for Walker as well. There wasn't neat and tidy either, so he also backed out as well. As we are now approaching the race start, that's what you all want to see, isn't it? It's the race start of ALR Silver. Remember, as ALR is now a free day. It's now a free day extravaganza, isn't it? Goodness me, it's like an alternative weekend, except it's a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then, well, YBR is 1800 to a second down in the second sector at the moment as he flies through turn 10 as well, and now coming up into turn 11 as well. We're on board with YBR, and it's great to see YBR back. YBR has missed a few races last day, but of course he is a key worker, and of course hats off to YBR for doing an absolutely fantastic job. Really good stuff indeed there for YBR, and even so he is still in sixth position in the Drivers' Championship, which just shows how incredible his season's been. YBR if he but of course there's a lot more important things than the Formula 1 game out there, and so hats off to YBR. Good stuff indeed then, and he comes up to the line as well, and he is fifth fast, only 3/10 of a second off the pace then, but I think he's going to go for another lap as well. Alhan is on the lap mode, so is Walker, and Iceman as well, and Iceman is the furthest one round, I believe. He is indeed then as he comes through turn 11 then, and now then is Darren and Nunda are going to head out then and are going to get ready for the race then. So good luck to you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. It should be a fantastic race there for both of you guys, and well, I hope it is, because of course last night was a very tough race indeed there. Tough race to get points there, wasn't it, last night there, because still a retirement rate was so low. Only 2 retirements last night. Very good stuff indeed there, and I don't think we had the safety car at all. We didn't. Iceman's got to 7 fast thing. Good stuff there from Iceman, and we've now got Kings just starting us up as well. Walker is coming up to the final stage of the lap as well. He is drifting slightly wide there, isn't it? Walker is, but he's keeping it on the money, keeping it on the gas pedal, which is what you need, isn't it? Good stuff there from Walker. Lovely stuff indeed then, as he is now coming to the final stage, and Alhan didn't make it to the line, I don't think. Oh dear, for Alhan, that's not good, is it? So that's a shame then. Alhan is going to be fourth at the very most then, which is still a very good time, but he probably would have liked to have a go at that front row then. And a Walker comes across the line. He is on third position. He's on the second row. Walker is fantastic stuff for Walker. YBR's invalidated his time. And by the looks at it, because there's a red map out there, so YBR just couldn't get it neat and tidy at the end of this qualifying session, which is unfortunate there, isn't it, to say the least then. I know that was a shame there, isn't it? V-Top then. Let's see what he can do then. He is on the final stages of his lap as well then. And he is now coming into the final turn. Turn 14. Look at the sun blaring into his eyes. Now into the final turn as well. Still Paulie Orange, who set that lap in the beginning of this qualifying free, still hasn't been knocked off his perch. V-Todd is fifth fastest. Good stuff there from V-Todd. We got a Mercedes driver. Paulie Orange is faster still, and he has lowered the benchmark. Well, incredible stuff. What about Murphy? Murphy is coming to the line. He is second fastest. He's still 4/10 of a second away from Paulie Orange. Murphy doing a good job indeed there. Draw fast in the pits, and there it is. But we still got Brabbit, who hasn't finished himself just yet, has he? He comes through the final turn then. Car 45 and 15. Let's see what he can do then. DRS right on the money, and where's it going to improve? To 9 fastest Brabbit. Good debut there for Brabbit, right up in the top 10. But Porty Orange, for the first time in his ALR silver career, is on pole position. Fantastic stuff from Porty Orange. I think that is our 4th pole sitter of the season, and just shows how dominant Glock has been this season. Has been absolutely fantastic. He really has, hasn't he? Anyway then, so Brabbit there is finished in 9th position here, but Porty Orange there wasn't really knocked off his perch from right from the get-go tonight, was he? Fantastic stuff, and he is on a pole position then for the French Grand Prix. But it's a very interesting row one, isn't it, to say the least then. We've got Murphy and Porty Orange side by side, wheel to wheel. This is going to be fantastic action, isn't it? And in the end then, it was 3 tenths per second that separates Porty Orange and Murphy then on the front row. We got Draw Fast in 3rd position, 6 tenths per second away. Walker in 4th, good stuff there. King's Owen V-Tard 5th and 6th, and Alhan 7th and 8th then, with YBR alongside him. Brabbit in 9th position, and Iceman completing the top 10 then. And that is a fantastic grid, isn't it then? And now we're getting ready for the start of the French Grand Prix then. Round 20 of silver. It has been a successful first season, so remember, this is the first season of silver, and it's been a success, hasn't it? Really well done indeed then to all the admins out there, and of course well done to Dan and those who've done a good job with the Silver League, and of course Farfa will be in action tomorrow as he is the head admin of Bronze as well then. So yep, well done to all the admins there, as a big high five to all those guys indeed then, as I'm hoping for a cheeky old paycheck at the end of the season then, hopefully anyway then. We are now getting ready for the race itself. Curiously, we've got a bit of a kink, haven't we, in the pit lane now, haven't we, which is a bit unusual to say the least, isn't it? We used to have a kink in India as well, didn't we? I think it was the Indian pit lane, wasn't it? I got to say though, the Indian pit lane was absolutely lush, wasn't it? It was a beautiful pit lane, and I quite enjoyed the track as well. I'm still pushing. I would still love to see classic tracks on the on one of the new F1 games in the future, but unfortunately, that seems like it's not going to happen anytime soon, is it? Really? I mean. We love to see the likes of Imola and things like that back as well, but I keep mentioning it every time we're live, don't we? I just keep I'm moaning about that. But of course, I would love to see classic tracks. I'm quite happy that the short tracks are on here, even though, albeit not many people are too fond of them, really, are they? But I quite enjoy the challenge. Anyway, we're now going for the formation lap around the French Grand Prix. We're going to go through the grid from front to back then in the French Grand Prix as well. We've got all 3 tyre compounds there in action, and right from the get-go, Brabbit has decided to go his own way, hasn't he? And oh goodness me, and look at the Porty Orange absolutely decimating that bollard there. Goodness me, that was a bit harsh, wasn't it? Soft tires there for Brabbit then, as I said then. Hard tires for the 2 men on the first and second position there on the front row, Porty Orange and Murphy. Hard tires for V-Todd as well. Hard tires for Lost Souls and Serious Mushroom, and also LPE as well then. Good stuff indeed then. Everyone else is on the medium tires. Let's go for the grid then. And Porty Orange's first pole position of his career there. Fantastic stuff from Porty Orange. Dan Murphy is alongside him on row 1. This is going to be fantastic. Draw Fast in 3rd position, really improving his qualifying performance over the past couple of races. Lovely stuff indeed then. In 4th position we have Walker. Great drive for a great qualifying performance from Walker. Can he strike out hot then for Alfa Romeo in the race then? King's Owen in 5th position. He's had a renaissance, as I said, in qualifying. He's been brilliant. V-Todd, who usually has a good qualifying, now has a poor race. Hopefully he can turn that around. Alhan in 7th position as well in the Haas, and a very good performance for Alhan. Been consistent all season, hasn't he? YBR in 8th position there in the race of points. Of course, YBR has been had a fantastic season, hasn't he? 9th position is a Brabbit on his debut there. Very much causing a bit of a stir in this debut, isn't he? Flying right into qualifying 3 already. Iceman in 10th position there in the Renault then, and the second, and his teammate also making his debut of Dave Shaw in 11th position there in the Renault there, just outside the top 10 then. Lost Souls then, of course, he's had 3 pole positions to his name there. Unfortunately, he got it wrong there in qualifying 2, didn't he? 13th position is Serious Mushroom. Another man who got it wrong in qualifying 2 then. A lot of hard luck stories out there, isn't there? Jake Wilson there had a ban from qualifying 2, is in 14th position there. Razor is in 15th position there in the Ferrari. We got Gooner in 16th then, the Irishman. Ghost Recon is 17th in the Williams there. He didn't have a very good qualifying, did he? Nor did LPE, down in 18th position there. Noomda is in at 19th position, and I've enjoyed his company on the old chat there. and 20th position is Flea. We are now getting ready for the race itself, and as the drivers are lining up then 27 laps around the French Grand Prix. Last night was absolutely fantastic. What about tonight then? It's Silver's turn, isn't it? I'm just on board then with Flea as he is just lining up then, and we're about to start the French Grand Prix then. We're now watching Paulie Orange then, and Murphy then, of course, that is the yellow flags are going to be put away in just a few seconds then, and the revs are starting to build then. There they are. We got 3, we got 4, we got 5. There's a pause, and we are racing, and it's a good start from Paulie Orange there, and I think he's repelled Murphy as he's done a spectacular start. And Walker's up to 4th position already. Drop fast on the Paulie side, he's dropped down into 5th position, but he's back over the 4th position as they come through turn 1 and 2 then. There's a pinch zone around here, isn't there? I know there's a Mercedes going off the track. That's over. That's there's Dave who's lost it into a turn 1 that Davis got off lost souls on the pole side. That's a Mercedes steaming down the inside there. It's getting very sandwichy, isn't it, between Jake Wilson there, but Wilson there very much aggressive right from the start. He's up to 8th position. He's up 6 positions, Wilson is, in the matter of 7 corners. Fantastic stuff then. YBR is in 9th position and VTOD in 10th position. We've got Iceman who's dropping down to 11th position. Razor is in 12th position. He's gone up 3 positions as well then. And look at the back of there as well. The Williamsons are getting very interested there as now they're coming down the hill as well. Dave unfortunately right at the back there, and Gooner as well. And look at how nip and tug it is. Austin Williams going on the inside of the Ferrari. Not quite at the moment then. And they are away then. So Paulie Orange has got a 5-10 for a second gap over Murphy at the moment. And they're flying into turn number 10 as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. That turn is going to get very perilous as well. We've got yellow flag in the background as well. The Reynolds there is just recovering. And Razor going off the track there. On board of LP. He's moved up 4 positions as well. Fantastic stuff. Jake Wilson is coming steaming up through the field as he took off like a scolding cat, didn't he? Goodness me there. And absolutely flying as well as LP has gone wide. Flea is up the inside. Flea has gone through and up into 14th position there. He now he's also had a good start indeed, and we're on board the Ferrari drive as well. A great start indeed there from Flea, and we've got a car right off the track now. Nice Iceman. I think he got confused with the pit lane in the track there, didn't he? And he's on the inside as well. Paulie Orange just set the fast up the race. So we got I'm wondering if he was actually following Ghost coming in the pits then, and we're coming through to complete lap 1 of this race then. And goodness me, what a start then to this French Grand Prix. And as you can see, there's a bit of adjustments going on the steering wheel there for Iceman, as I got this trying to apologize about that. And oh my goodness me then, as what happened there then, we was on Iceman has just spun it there, and really that's a very curious spin there, isn't it? It looks like he just lost on his own there, and the Renault did there. So yeah, that was a very peculiar spin to say the least. Was it? Looked like got hit by a ghost car, didn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken. And look at this as we're coming down the back straight as well. We've got a bit of a cube forming behind Murphy the moment. There's Walker and Drop Fast and Kingdom. A very interesting on the back, and now Walker is going to go up the inside into the chicane, but Murphy chops him off there. Remember, Murphy is on the hard tires, isn't he? So he is going. So he has now got the durablest tyre there out of the free ranges here, but of course the medium tyres are the quickest tyres going on. Look at this queue of cars, goodness me there. And I gotta say then, this is going to get very perilous indeed. We've got 2 Toro Rossos there who are not shy to fight each other. They've been a great team, haven't they, all through the season? Toro Rosso have, and oh goodness me, I think if Kingdom didn't have that dip in the mid-season, Toro Rosso would be very much right up in 2nd position there, but it's so close between the Haas and the Toro Rosso. Well, the other Haas of LP is in 14th position as it stands. The soft tyres of Brabant is working him nicely at the moment, actually. He's doing a good job. He's in 7th position now. Brabant is on his debut. The other debutant of Dave is on a mid-below start there, isn't he? As he has dropped right down to the back of the field. Paulie Orange is setting her fast up the race settings. We're on lap 3. DRS will now be enabled then. The drag reduction system, which is the rear wing, which opens, isn't it? It's like a little letterbox on the back of the cars, isn't it? And it, of course, it's not like an instant boost, is it? Like, of course, the push to pass button, which used to be in Champ cars, which I think is an Indy car still. But of course, there's look at this, as Rachel's gone off there. Flea has got up the inside past his teammate, and a car 13 is now up in the 12th position. Flea is flying through the field. Goodness me, but he's gone wide there, and now they Ferrari of Racer. Oh my goodness, he's getting very much nip and tuck there in the middle of the park, isn't it? And Flea is now Flea's had a fantastic start. Remember, he started 20th on the grid. He got disqualified, didn't he, from the qualifying session after driving the wrong way. Of course, I think he spun it and was trying to get back on as cautiously as possible. Unfortunately, Codemasters doesn't account for drivers coming back on cautiously, as they think everyone's like Vettel, just steams back on when they're not looking. On board then with Razor getting in the Ferrari, and he is just 3/10 of a second behind his team on. But I'm more interested in this battle here between ALR and Kingdom. And look at this, flying through that turn 10 there. And look at the background as well. That's Wilson there, very much now starting to really give Brabbitt some cause for concern. And lovely shot here from ALR, a lovely shot from the T-Cam. I love these T-Cams. It's a brilliant, brilliant action as well, isn't it? ALR there is really giving Kingdom some food for thought, isn't he? And we've also got Drofast just in front of us as well. Remember, Drofast and ALR battling for second in the Drivers' Championship, as they've all but sealed their promotions. But of course, it is now about pride, isn't it? And Drofast is now all over the back of Walker. Dan Murphy is 1.4 seconds away from Paulie Orange in second position, with Walker in third position. But Walker is going to have to start to think about defending this. Drofast is definitely very much there, definitely very much all over the back of the road. As Wilson is now up into a lovely 7th position at Wilson. It's a fantastic start to this race for Wilson. Very much on the money there. Razor is off the track there. No, that's Flea. I apologise. Flea is off the track then. He's got to be careful there. He got on the loud pedal a bit too hard there, didn't he? Flea is in, he's just spinning back around now and come back on the track then. But Flea there, that's unfortunate. A 3-second penalty for YBR. And I think that's the first penalty of the race, isn't it? If I'm not very much mistaken. Drofast getting very wobbly there. A bit too wobbly, I think. He's now dropping down there, is he? No, yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong Toro Rosso. I thought it was Kingdom there. Once again, I'm speaking a load of rubbish there. He's now going to go the inside there of Walker. He'll have the outside and he'll have the inside. Once again, Walker's getting a little brush there. But that's not going to deter Drofast. There's a brilliant something. There's a Ferrari in the background as well. Under attack there. But Kingdom is also in this one. Look right. It's Kingdom. Oh, goodness me. Fantastic race in there. I know. Kingdom was up in the 4th position. Brilliant stuff indeed there. LP is also past the Ferrari as well. Alhan. Oh, Alhan is also in. Oh, goodness me. I'm not sure that's a bit of lag or whatnot going on in that series of events there. But Drofast has dropped behind his teammate now, and that just shows the slipstream effect on that back straight then, doesn't it? Kingdom is currently still in a full position there, as he is kind of jumping backward and forward there, which is not helping Drofast one iota, is it? And that's not good at all. And Jake Wilson is only as into the pit. There comes YBR. He's on the soft medium tyres there, so that's a very early stop to say the least, isn't it? As they come through the complete lap 4 in this race. So an early stop then for YBR, and look how close these cars are still, isn't it? We aren't on the safety car, virtual safety car. We aren't on a full course yellow at all yet, have we? It's been very good, hasn't it, so far? Very clean racing once again. Then I think it might. There's a lot of negativity about this French Grand Prix, but we must race in France all the time. It's been very curious, hasn't it, on the track so far, in gold and in silver so far. Let's just hope that I haven't jinxed it. Drofast on the outside. That's incredible stuff there for Drofast. Wow, the Kingdom is just winged it on the outside. That's brilliant driving from both Toro Rossos there. That is utmost respect there as well. Really good stuff indeed there. Alhan having a look there. Drofast is having a look on the inside there. Brilliant driving from both drivers indeed there. That was fantastic, wasn't it? I thought Drofast going on the outside of turn 7 was absolutely stellar stuff. It really was there. Look in the background as well, and we've also got some battles. Alhan is now on the inside there. No, I thought he's on the inside going into turn 10. Not quite then. And the one then, so Kingdom is still in full position. And as you can see, look at the understeer on this Haas then. That is the dirty air. That's the turbulent air effect then on the on that Toro Rosso in the background there. Wilson, who can't shake off that rabbit at the moment, can he? Good stuff did that from Brabbitt actually. And on this debut as well, in 8th position on the soft tires that YBR is coming to the pits very early on onto the hard tires there, and we'll see where that takes him in the later stages of the race. And we didn't see the stop there. He might have had damage there on that racing point perhaps then, but unfortunately we may not find out, or we might find out after the race then, but unfortunately I can't tell you at this moment in time then. Back into turn 1 again. This battle for third position is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Murphy is now 2.7 seconds in front of Walker. Kingdom has got a 3-second penalty. Look at that, and he ran slightly wide then. Well, he had 4 wheels off the track there, but he ran wide there, and he got a penalty for his troubles there. It's brutal. So Drofast on the outside again. Goodness me there. That is brilliant driving for Drofast there. Very much a precision driving there. Shaped up the car beautifully well, and Kingdom couldn't really defend that, could he? Drofast positioned his car absolutely beautifully, didn't he? And we've also got I think that's a Williams there, right on the rear rear end there of the Alfa Romeo then. And now we got Ghost and Brabham as well. We've got yellow flags there as a racing point, and Williams has come to blows, I think. And what is it? Sarah's Mushroom has had a problem there. Lost Souls has also had a problem as well then. And all these guys are near the button. Is there any damage? There's no damage there. Good stuff indeed then. It's now Alhan is now all over the back at Kingdom as well. They may not come to contact, but it's always a bit shady, isn't it, when you have two drivers there in the close vicinity, when they might have just spun off, and one of the drivers might have just spun off in just basically just spun off a couple of the other drivers then, perhaps then. Who knows then. Anyway, then we're into the turn 12 here, and of course the good thing about France is, of course, we've been very negative about the Paul Ricard circuit, but of course the other good thing about France as well, because it has the boards to tell you what corner it is, which is always a very nice thing to do indeed, isn't it? So yes, hats off there. So that's a very good idea, isn't it? Anyway, coming through then, it's into the pits, comes Brad. He's done 6 laps on those soft tyres, and he's in the pits, and he might be going to the hard tyres. There's Murphy there, just flashing through our screens at the moment. Almost 2.6 seconds in front of these guys here. Then there's a drop fast there. It's still all the back at the moment. Walker is doing a great job actually of repelling this battle here. It's been a fantastic old battle, isn't it? Razor is very close to the back of LPE. LPE is back into the points as well. Into LPE, who had an appalling qualifying, but he is in the he's doing a good job in this race at the moment, isn't he? Drop fast has set he's got a 3-second penalty for his troubles as well. Then back to this battle here, and of course these guys are absolutely hogging the stream at the moment, isn't it? But this is a fantastic watch, isn't it, to say the least? And Walker doing a cracking job there to really fend off this battle there. Once again, Murphy there. Walker, that is incredible commitment through the chicane, wasn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed. That drop fast on the loud pedal as well then, as they're coming down into the coming down into turn number 10 as well. And Drop Fast is coming from underneath the rear wing of the Alfa Romeo. He's on to third position there. Fantastic stuff for Drop Fast, and he is through. Walker is going wide then, and Kingdom might also be interested in that battle as well. Dave and Iceman have just swapped positions in the battle for the Renault as well, and at the moment, so Drop Fast doing a cracking job, and he's having the third position. Walker dropping down the fourth position, but he's done a brilliant job of defending that position. Absolutely very good indeed then. Marcus Rashford saying, go Nunda, good stuff indeed there from Nunda at the moment. He's up at the 12th position there, isn't he? He's done a fantastic job in the opening stint of this race, and can he keep it going? Tournament manager did a great job last yesterday, and the first stint especially was Payne's there, and crazy scenes at the moment there, isn't it? It's a good old battle as well, isn't it? Still no retirement on lap 8 here at the French Grand Prix. Lovely stuff indeed, actually. Very clean as a whistle racing there, isn't it? As King's is Ice One's in the pits, and he's got a 5-second penalty for his troubles there, and we've also got Razor and LPE then, is now Razor is back, is in 10th position. LPE drop it down to 11th position there in the Haas, and he's on the hard tire side. LPE he's going very long into this race then, isn't he? Now look at how much Drop Fast is just pulled away from Walker. Is 1.4 seconds there. Walker is very much the cork in this bottle there, isn't he? As Drop Fast has just showed, and yellow flag, there's a car off in the background, and look at this then, and Drop Fast has gone through. I think it's a Ghost, isn't it? It is Ghost, and he is ghosting now. He has damaged the car there. That's the perilous turn 7 there, isn't it? And that is a shame there for Ghost, and you see him in the background there. He just I think he just lost it on his own there. Kingdom is now battling with Walker. Walker is still in 4th position. This is fantastic driving there. Alhan is going to go on the outside. No, not quite, but Walker there chopping off the nose cone there of Kingdom as well, and that's unfortunate for Ghost there, isn't it? He has dropped right down into 12th position, and he's also damaged the nose cone as well on that Williams there, so he's going to have to come in and change the front wing there on that Williams, and that's going to be at least an extra 5 seconds, isn't it? Of course, a usual of a 2-second stop there. That's going to be that's going to be almost double, triple, isn't it? With now it'll be a 9-second stop, won't it? And that's a shame now for the Williams of Ghost there. The other Williams there at the moment is down in 18th position as well. So once again, the Williams parent and having a bit of a difficult old day out there at the moment, haven't they? Ghost has also got a penalty as well, as LP and Razor just can't leave each other alone, can they? And LP is back up on the outside, takes 9th position. Fantastic racing, and he is through, but now Razor's got the momentum now out of turn 2. Lovely stuff indeed. They're keeping it very much in. Is he up the inside? My goodness me there. And LP there does. He ain't got off the inside though, is he? But LP Razor there, very sensible driver drive now. He knows he's got a very good opportunity going down the back straight as well, hasn't he? And toward the back straight, and walk as a King's up there, just not quick enough at the moment. See, Walker has got a very slippery car down that back straight. Good stuff indeed then. And what about Razor and LP then? And LP is, I think Razor's got a similar problem to what King's up has, where the car is just not quick enough in the DRS spec at the first part of the straight then. But Alhan is very much keeping King's up honest at the moment there, isn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed then. So the gap at the front there is 3.5 seconds. Dan Murphy's not letting Poorly Orange get away too quickly, is he? So Dan Murphy doing a very good job of really matching Poorly Orange at the moment now. And we've got Drofast in third position as well. And he's left these guys, hasn't he? And which is 4th, 5th and 6th at the moment. We've got 3.4 second deficit between Wilson. Wilson had a crack in the first half of the race in Japan, didn't he? Unfortunately, it just didn't materialise to it. And look at Alhan, he's pushing Kingsholm out of turn 15 there. He's really eager to get on with it, isn't he? As Kingsholm was struggling to get by Walker. His teammate got by Walker, didn't he? A fantastic overtaking manoeuvre there from a Drofast. But now, unfortunately, Kingsholm is once again trying to get through there. It looks like he just has too much downforce on that back straight there, isn't he? He's really struggling to keep up with Walker in the straight as well. But this has been fantastic racing, hasn't it? I've been enjoying this battle there, and it's been very tense indeed, hasn't it? And the first stage, there's Flea has left the session there. Flea has actually fleed at the session, hasn't it? Hopefully he comes back in, and because of course he was doing a cracking job there. Flea was flying through the field. He's dropped down into 14th position now as Dave is all over the back of Gunnar. He is all now he's alongside Gunnar. Right, he's up the inside. He's now on the outside while Gunnar on the inside. Great maneuver there from the debutant of Dave. He's a debutant in ALR, but in terms of the experience of the racecraft of Dave, it really shone through brightly there, didn't it? And he is having a 12th position there. He's 5 seconds behind Nunda in the McLaren, and of course he's about 4.5 seconds away from the points as well, David Lamona. So after a tricky start to the race then, he hasn't got down to the front wing, and he's now in 12th position there. Potentially he can be on course for some points then later on this race then, if strategy plays out then. Of course we are not no safety cars either then, so far in almost 2.5 races, no safety car. Hopefully I won't put the kibosh on it, but very good stuff indeed so far from all drivers from gold and silver. And remember, we've got one more race tomorrow as well, which is the Bronze League, isn't it? And the second to last race, and I don't think they ain't gonna be able to. I don't think we can crown a champion tomorrow in Bronson. I'll have to get out my calculator again. Flea is back in the session now. He is 4 seconds behind Gunnar then, is into the pits because Razor Alhan now getting a bit too hot into turn 1 there, and that cost him momentum there on the back of Kingsholm. A lovely shot here. Look at this. That's a fantastic shot there, isn't it? From above there. Look at that, and it's a beautiful shot, isn't it? Of course, the blue in the blue paint and the red paint there, it's kind of mesmerised, isn't it, from up here, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed then. Oh, but look at Kingsholm there, very eager, isn't he? Coming out of turn 7 there. Let's see what he can do that. Oh my goodness me there. Look at that, then had to get on the old opposite lot then. There's a lot of oversteers. Look at this, he's gaining. And now then there's a Walker there, has gone to the race line. Is Kingsholm going to have let that goes to the first of the race? Where is he? And Alhan is stuck on the inside, and we got contact. There's Alhan damage the wing. No, it's all fine, and he's all got his bits in the right direction. And now they're coming out of turn 9, and good stuff indeed then. And look in the background now, Wilson is actually reading these guys in now. It's now down to 3.3 seconds. The Mercedes driver is doing a cracking job. Wilson is. He started 14th on the grid. He's up to 7th at the moment. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And fantastic indeed. Sam has just announced he is back there. So great stuff to see Sam back in the comment section as well then. The McLaren driver for ALR Gold then. And at the moment, it is still as you were. Drofast is in the pits, and of course says, there is a Walker just flying into. He's got a 5-second penalty. Walker has said, and maybe he should have, instead of running into the pits, maybe he should have walked into the pits as well. It gets worse. There's Justin Bradfield that said, looking forward to bronze. Don't mind France, to be fair, and also Paints there. And Walker doing a good job there. Unfortunately, he was doing a cracking job until he just had the 5-second penalty, didn't he? And just taking a look to see what he's doing. So Drofast out of the pits on the hard tires. Walker also out of the pits. Well, he's got a 5-second penalty to his name there later on in this race. And Anthony Dave is not coming to the pits yet then, but so he will be in the points, will he? There is Walker. I thought Dave was going to sneak it down the inside there, but I think he thought better of it then. Indeed, then there is still a long race. We haven't even got to half distance yet in this race. It's been incredible stuff. Then now can Kingsholm and Alhan stretch their advantage? Walker's pitted first then, so he will have the undercut, wasn't he? So let's see then what he can do then. then. But of course, where has Walker come out? Walker has come out. He's got a 3.2 second gap over himself and Nunda, which is brilliant stuff. And Draw Fast has as well. And I wonder Murphy might have to respond to a Draw Fast. He was only 2 seconds away from Murphy, give or take a second or two. Alhan is going to go the inside. Oh my goodness me! And Kingzone just chopped him off. Kingzone would not have let Alhan through there, would he? And he is now still in first position at the moment. Taking a look at the leaders, and Poorly Orange is staying out at the moment. Is Murphy staying out as well? Indeed he is. And so none of the front two are coming in the pits just yet. Is anyone else going to roll the dice and come in the pits then? We're on board. Kingzone has come in the pits and Alhan is staying out. So Kingzone in the pits then. The pit speed limiter comes up quite quickly, which is why Walker unfortunately got a 5-second penalty there, which he will have to serve later on in this race then if he goes in the pits again. Otherwise I'll be added to his race time, won't it? So whatever time he finishes, there'll be a 5-second addition there onto his race time, which is a bit unfortunate there, isn't it? VTOL and now to third position. Well, LP is moved up into is Kingzone there flying through his mechanics there, and look at how much advantage that Draw Fast has gained on his teammate. Walker has also come out as well. That is a huge undercut. Dave there is a carbon copy, isn't it? It's unfortunate another car's got out in front of Dave for, hasn't it? And once again then Dave is following another man who has just come out of the pits right in front of him, fleeing in a 30 position as well. Lost Souls is trying to come back through the pit lane as well. Walker's got a 3-second penalty, and he is unfortunately looks like that he is just got to calm himself down, Walker, because he is still a serious player in this race. Well, into the pits comes the Williams as well. Going on to the soft tires and Serious Mushrooms. That is guaranteed another stop then. And YBR is down in 20 position. Well, on a bit of a miserable race, YBR is, which is unfortunate. Walker is past Nunda and moved up into 8th position then. So Walker then, can he now, as he exceeded the undercut, is quite strong around here. He's almost got a 2-second deficit, hasn't he, over his rival. That's it, over his rival of Kingzone. I just need to spit out my words out, didn't I? Lost Souls has passed the Flea and moved up into 13th position. Lost Souls is usually a man who's very much right on the money, but here tonight he's really struggling, isn't he? Around the French Grand Prix. Alhan and Wilson are also in the pits there almost simultaneously. We've also got Ghost and the race are going side by side, and Ghost is having a 50th position. Fantastic stuff, but the race is hanging out on the outside, and but oh my goodness me, Ghost there is through and having 250th position there. Lovely driving there up and down the field. I'm loving this. Fantastic stuff indeed. That our Draw Fast is coming through now. Walker is going to be in front. He is in front there, and Nunda is going to be in front as well. And here he comes. And what about Kingzone? Kingzone there is flying down then, but Alhan is out in front of Kingzone, and that is a big moment in this race, isn't it? Brabant in 11th position, and Wilson now coming out in 12th position there, 2 seconds behind Brabant at the moment then, and Flea is also coming in the pits as well. And look at this, Nunda is now a bit of a cork in the ball at the moment, isn't he? Oh, Kingzone there flying into the scene there, isn't he? Goodness me there. And Kingzone there really keen to get by Alhan, whilst Alhan is struggling to get by the McLaren at the moment there, isn't he? But not for long there. Look at that, and new tyres there, and Alhan is through past Nunda and up into 7th position there, and Kingzone is now going through as well past the McLaren, and he is up into 8th position as well. Good stuff indeed there. Kingzone getting a bit wide, not too wide though, and he is through there, and that is a crucial move there from both drivers then, and Kingzone can now keep on it, keep at Alhan at the moment too. Alhan is in 7th position there, and Kingzone was 8th position there. Murphy is in the pits and on lap number 14. Remember that the two men are on the hard tires in front, of course, which is why they're coming in a lot later then. But Murphy there is rolling the dice, and we're just about over half distance then, so the medium tire should get to the end then. But he's definitely throwing the dice there, isn't he? And it's really just seeing how Poorly Orange will react then. Poorly Orange there could really has a lap there to react there, doesn't he? But we'll see how close Murphy is then, and does Murphy come out in oh my goodness, Draw Fast is going to be out in front of Murphy, and then look at this, and so Murphy won't come up too long. Draw Fast there, and Murphy there is through and still in 4th position there. Goodness me there. Murphy there timed that absolutely to perfection there. He didn't want Draw Fast to get through, did he? Because that might have been a bit of a nightmare to what he is trying to do in terms of really going for the undercut on Poorly Orange there. But it was a 2.5 second deficit, wasn't it? So he needs an almighty outlap. He doesn't need Draw Fast to be causing many distractions in the battle for the lead then. But it's quite close, isn't it? But as you can see there, Murphy is now pulling away in the Red Bull then, and he is stretching his legs quite nicely. as well then. So well done to Dan then, up into fourth position then as it stands at the moment then. The lead Mercedes at the moment there is currently 23 seconds in front then. Kingdom is 2/10 of a second behind Alhan. It seems like Kingdom just seems to be following everyone at the moment in this race, isn't he? He's definitely on an adventurous race to say the least. Fantastic stuff. Pit lane, into the pit lane comes Paulie Orange, and he is throwing on the set of the medium tires, I presume then. That's the most sensible strategy as well. We keep an eye on how close it's going to be then. Dan, let's see, Dan's outlap is okay at the moment, but we'll see. I think it might need to be a bit more than okay, doesn't it, really, if he wants to get in front of Paulie Orange, doesn't he? And just taking a look, then Dan Murphy was stuck behind LP, which also didn't help me. Mercedes is coming out of the pits now then. He's also on the medium tires. The yellow flag is the one the Ferraris has gone off. Flea is off in the chicane, and Paulie Orange is back out in front then. And you can see that he's actually, I think he's extended his advantage over Murphy, possibly, but yeah, he has extended it very slightly, hasn't he? But Paulie Orange there is out in first position. Hasn't lost the lead today, has he? Paulie Orange has been a fantastic drive from Paulie Orange. And currently he has 3 wins in ALR Silver. He could be going for his 4th race win today. Good stuff there from Paulie Orange. Fantastic for the Mercedes driver. Then LP coming out of the pits. Right into the pits comes Ghost in the Williams. Goodness me, I've forgotten what car he's driving. Oh dear then. It must be getting that time of afternoon then. I might need my nap. But here we go then. Walker, we're back to this battle here. There's been a race long battle, hasn't it, between Walker, Alhan and Kingto. Walker has got at least an 8-second penalty, hasn't he? The 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit, and also the 3-second penalty for the corner cut. A couple of, well, I think it was on the second lap out of the pits, wasn't it? So that was unfortunate as well there for Walker. Unfortunately, then Dan is now all over the back of Vitod. Vitod has gone a very long way in this race. I think he's the only man not to stop now. Vitod is, and he is in second position on a strong old drive. Vitod is as well, isn't he, in the McLaren? But Dan is on fresher tires. He's also got a softer tires as well, which means he's got much more purchase, much more grip, and much more traction. Good stuff indeed there from Dan. Then Vitod is not coming to pits. I'm wondering if Vitod might be trying to go onto these soft tires. That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting philosophy, wouldn't it? To say at least serious pressure is on the soft tires as well in the Williams head. Murphy there is side by side. He passes Vitod. He is through and up into second position. He passes Vitod and away he goes then as well. Then this is still a battle. It's a battle raging on. Rabbit is in the pits then on the medium tires then, and I think that's the second stop. It is the second stop then, and I think he'll be having some more medium tires then going to the end of this race then, I believe then. And now then Alhan is starting to get much more interested, isn't he, in this battle for 6th, 7th and 8th position. And LP is now up in the 9th position then. He has already done his stop. LP is, and this is a very good drive from LP. Can he get some more points on the board for the Haas team then? He's done a very good race actually in the Haas, and good stuff indeed then. We're on board King's as well, and he is very much keeping on to the back of Alhan, isn't he? Look at them all, the slipstream as well. Drop fast has got by Vitod as well. We've also got a good battle between Nunda, Iceman, and Dave is also involved in that as well. But the Renault has got by Nunda. Let's take a look then as well. And so good stuff indeed then. Now we've got Dave who's on the back as well. We've got Lost Souls and Brabant also going to be involved then. So this is going to get very hair and scare, isn't it? Oh, this is going to be great stuff indeed then. No retirements with 11 laps to go. Fantastic retirement rate out here. It is literally none, isn't it? Very good stuff indeed then. We've had a couple of spinners, haven't we? But nothing too drastic. Dave then, of course, was involved in the first lap incident, wasn't he? Which is probably why he's in the mid pack then, which is a shame really for Dave, isn't it? But I think he's done a very good job there to battle his way back up into a very good 30th position at the moment there. He is about 6 seconds away from points, so Dave is at the moment there. Walker and Alhan, and look at this, that is a balling away there. Walker's got the inside there for turn 15. He will have the outside for turn 1, but the inside for turn 2. Alhan is inching in front there. Walker slips behind him there. And Alhan is through up into 5th position there. Walker dropping down 6th position. Kingdom there on the money as well, and Kingdom was having some momentum as well going into turn 3. And they coming down then down the hill as well. And Walker struggling at this stage of proceedings. I wonder if the hard tires is not behaving the way you want them to be. Remember that some drivers do have a better a better feel, don't he, on the softer rubber there. So some drivers might like the softer tires compared to the harder tires, whilst the other drivers might like the harder tires compared to the softer tires. And I think Alhan is one of those drivers that does enjoy the soft tires, doesn't he? And now he's gaining on the back of Alhan, but nothing yet. Then as a Lost Souls, as a Davis dropping down the order, he's dropped down to 15th, and Dave has, and now we're on board then with Lost Souls, who is for 13th position mode. Really on the back end of Noonda. This is fantastic racing, it really is. Now Lenny is getting very interested. Noonda is showing to the fend there, because Lost Souls is very eager to get by. He is up to 12th position, Lost Souls is, and he's had a very appalling afternoon, hasn't he, Lost Souls has? Remember, he's usually battling up at the front there, isn't he? And Walker and Kingdom, and look at this, these two are going spalling wheel to wheel there on the outside. I'm struggling where to look. Oh, look at this again, very much. He's showing his rear wheel. Kingdom is up the inside then. Where is Walker? Walker's on the outside. He's got a lunge on the inside. Oh my goodness me then. Less than a cigarettes paper between them. Oh my goodness me, that's a bit old school, isn't it? I gotta think of something else. Less than a bank car between them. Yellow flag in the second sector then. Down the chicane and now is Walker's gonna go. He's gonna have a lunge. He's having a lunge up the inside of turn 1. And Kingdom leaving him enough space, and Kingdom running him out to dry on the outside of turn 2. Lost Souls is now into 11th position as well, and now Walker is gone on the inside. Oh my goodness me, and there's a spin there for Walker, and it's that's a shame there for Walker, and he's dropped down to 7th position there. He's got a 9-second deficit over himself in Wilson, but that is going to be absolutely shrunken right down there, isn't it? They were side by side, and unfortunately it's very difficult side by side through turn 3 and 4, isn't it? Unfortunately as well then. So just take a look then. Brabbit and Noonda there also. This is incredible battling. This is these two battling for 13th and 14th position, and Noonda's going up the inside of Brabbit. Oh, that's a corner cut if I've ever seen one. Goodness me. But he's on the outside, and Nunez and Brabbit's on the inside. They're battling, and they're battling 2-0. This is for no prizes, is it? Because there's no points on offer if you're 11th or lower. But this is about pride, isn't it? And I got to say, this is absolutely fantastic driving this. And look at this, and it's our DRS down the back straight. And Nunez got the DRS, and Davis now slipstream both of them. Now can Dave go on the inside? Not quite, and he brakes slightly earlier than Brabbit, Davis, and then I think that he might be seeing if he can position the car and get it and have a good old exit out of this one and going into the fast turn 10. Then Lost Souls is 5 seconds away from that final point, which is held by Razor at the moment in 10th position. Having quite a lot of drivers having some very good, quietly good races out there, isn't they? And Davis I thought he was going to go the inside there. He backed out of that one, and I think that might be wise. Where it says YBR is out of the race then, and it looks like he's retired on the back straight. That's our first retirement of the French Grand Prix. Good stuff indeed. Walker in the pit said he is serving a 5-second penalty now. Walker is at yellow flags, and his YBR is out of the race. He's out in a miserable race there, isn't he? So Walker, what tires is going on then? He's on the soft tires, hadn't he? Alpha Romeo mechanics are getting rich work, and he's out now then. So Walker is going to be very much it's going to be very quick then towards the end of this race then. Is that two-stop strategy going to be it's going to come into play though? Is that going to be is it going to pay dividends then later on in this race then? It's the question at the moment there, isn't it? Which I'm hopefully we will get answers as well then. So Walker down in 15th position then. Currently he is about 5-6 seconds away from points then. Serious Mushroom also coming in the pits as well there. Nunda is now all over the back of Dave as well. This battle for 12th, 13th and 14th. It's raging on still. It's raging on. We're on board with Nunda as well then. So we've had a lot of as I was saying just a minute ago before I got interrupted there by this fantastic racing. It's of course there's been a lot of drivers on some very good and a very good races out there as well. V Todd is still out there on the 19-lap old hard tires. I mean, no disrespect to V Todd, but I completely missed that. Incredible driving there from the McLaren driver. Fantastic stuff there. Yeah, really well done there from V Todd. They're very nicely done indeed. He's in the pits now then, and he could be on course for some major points there for the McLaren. Brilliant stuff indeed then. We have also got I think Wilson's having a good race as well out there. So is Kington. Both Toro also boys done a good job, but I think Alpine and Razor are having an absolutely brilliant drive out there, and they really good stuff indeed there. So both folks two are having a fantastic night of racing. Really good stuff indeed then, as And so now we're coming into the final stage of the French Grand Prix. Then Viton is coming out of the pits now, and he's going to be in front of. He's on the soft tires, and he's in 8th position already. Then, so the only way is up now, isn't it? Is that famous song there from the 80s? I think it's by Yazoo's, wasn't it? Yeah. So Viton is now up into 8th position then, and he is going to be lightning in a ball now, isn't he? For the final stage of the race, total of lightning in a ball. Here comes Walker. Walker is going to be it's going to be a sprinting speed now, isn't he? And let's see what he can do then, and expect the fast up from Viton or Walker then, as there two are going to be flying out there, aren't they? As Payne saying, unfortunate for Walker, it really is, isn't it? It was very unlucky for Walker, as he was on a fantastic first start of the race, but at least he's got rid of that 5-second penalty then. Let's see if he can make up time now in the final stage of the French Grand Prix. 21 out of 27, fantastic stuff indeed then. Emerson is still waiting for the autograph of Marcus Rashford, as Marcus has not obliged it, has he? Which is a bit unfortunate to say least, isn't it? Coming down the back straight, and Dave Shaw is the next target then for Walker. Walker, my goodness me then, and he was committed to that chicane. Now I thought he was going to go into the back of the debutant of Dave Shaw, but not quite then, from the Renault driver then. And now as you can see then, we got an Renault Alfa Romeo battle in the heart of the midfield. It's been fantastic, hasn't it, all the way through this race. Really good stuff indeed then. And I'd also like to point out, thank you for everyone who has been watching the French Grand Prix stream. So yesterday and today then, brilliant stuff indeed then. My goodness me then, we've had a lot of viewers over the past couple of days. Fantastic stuff there. I gotta say, I was expecting many views really, because it's the French Grand Prix, but who knows? And but I gotta say, I don't know anything about racing then, because the two French Grand Prix have been absolutely fantastic, haven't they? Really good stuff indeed then. And coming up to the first line again, Paulie Orange is 5.3 seconds in front of Murphy now. Murphy in turn is 4.5 seconds in front of Drop Fast. And Drop Fast, oh, Walker flying, he's on the outside of the track there, and I'm not sure, was that a bona fide overtake then? And just having a quick watch of this again then, he did have all four wheels off the circuit, so to speak then, didn't he? But he is onwards he goes, and he just had so much momentum, Walker did, and he is now in a 13th position then. And it's now Lost Souls is all over the back of Razor. Lost Souls then is in the points, and Serious Mushroom has got the fastest up the race so far. Got 3 men on the soft compound tires. They're really marching on, aren't they, at this racing. And Payne saying mint racing. To be honest, I got to say it was very good race indeed. Oh my goodness me! And now then is Lost Souls then is also off the track as well then. But I got to say it's been fantastic racing, hasn't it? Lost Souls is out over to don't finish a good 17th then. And now then we got Brabant, Iceman and Walker. Walker is 7 seconds off the points now though, isn't he? He needs to start to really make hay whilst the sun is shining. Todd is only 2.3 seconds away from LPE. LPE, this is best performance in a gold. Silver. 3rd time's the charm there. I went for all the leagues before I actually get into the right one there. Yeah, well done to LPE. He's having a stellar night then. Really good stuff indeed then. And really well done. He's got Repel Viton on the soft tires then. But LPE is going to almost triple his account then, isn't he? He's only on 2 points at the moment, LPE. Well, on course, he's on course for 6 points, which will take him to 8 points, and that will be, I think that'll be out of the relegation zone, will it? Indeed it will be. He'll be joined on points there with Flea, so fantastic stuff there from LPE. Really well done then. Walker going up the inside, passes Iceman. Iceman is on the inside, then back on board. Walker, just look at the traction here from the Alfa Romeo. He has just got so much more torque there, so much more speed, so much more grip then. Not really torque, has it? Because that's the engine, I mean, so much more grip there, and purchase as well then. Really good stuff indeed then. Flea has retired from the race as well then. As the only retirements we've had is I'm not sure on to wipe you out, but Flea coming into the pits to park the car, as he is unfortunately out of this race then. And now then, Brabant is Walker's next target as well, and yellow flag there in sector 3. That is for the unfortunate Ferrari driver of Flea, then, who's had a bit of a miserable day today, hasn't he? He's also left the session as well, Flea has then. So difficult day then for Flea, and it's a difficult day for a lot of drivers, there, isn't it? But I've got to say, there's been some outstanding drives as well. There's so much literally lack of retirements here today. It's been brilliant, hasn't it? It's once again Iceman and Dave are having a good old scrap there, isn't it? It's a bit of a saga, isn't it, between those two today? They've been literally nose to tail. and Walker trying to go on the inside of his teammate. Look at this, are banging wheels. Brabant and Walker are banging wheels then. And as of course these two are not regular drivers in the Alfa Romeo team, are they? But my goodness me, then, but they're flying. So I think that the teammates section is not really up for, doesn't really apply here, does it? Walker on the outside, Brabant is batting as hard as he can there, because potentially this could be points there later on in this race. Depending on the penalty situation in front, that's what Brabant is battling for position as hard as he dares here. Fantastic stuff. And now then Walker coming down the outside there into turn 1. He'll have the inside into turn 2. Brilliant stuff from Walker. Great battle there from Brabant as well. And Dave getting a 3-second penalty for his troubles. He is battling with Iceman in the 13th and 14th position as well for the Renault team. Oh, so I'm not sure if there was a bit of a tap there from his teammate, but Walker almost lost it. And but luckily they're keeping it on the straight and narrow. But Walker really struggling. I wonder if has he overheated those soft tires. He is really struggling because Brabant is very much really putting his toe down. Walker is going to be under trouble here as well. Now Brabant is alongside his teammate as well. As I said, these are not regular drivers in Alpha, so of course the teammate aspect has been thrown completely out the window, hasn't it? As we got 3 more laps to go. These guys got 3.5 laps, haven't they? And once again, then the inter-team battles around here have been fascinating, aren't they? Really well done indeed. We've had the Toro Rosso teams of Drop-Fast and Kings, and they have really complemented each other this season and doing a good job. Mercedes are on a fantastic drive, a fantastic race today with Wilson and Paulie Orange. Absolutely stellar weekend. Really good stuff indeed there. Alfa Romeo boys are really gloves are off there, isn't it? LPE is now all over the back of Wilson there, so LPE has really been gaining on Wilson. Can he boost his bank account even more and get some more points there in the board? Fantastic driving from LPE today. A big old locker there from Brabant there, and now we got a bit of a queue, isn't it? Walker is struggling on those soft tires, and after only 4 laps there, he is really strong. I wonder if he's overheated the tires. Was the tires just at the end of their life already then? Well, V Todd there is also dropping back as well, so I think these soft tires are not having it there. And Walker, and Brabant there has come right off the track there. And Iceman's through as well. Where's Brabant then? He's come back on track now then. And Dave giving him a bit of a wide berth there, isn't he? As they come down the hill as well. And good stuff indeed there. Dave's also got a 3-second penalty. Will LPE is up into 6th position. A fantastic drive from LPE today. Really good stuff indeed there from the Haas driver. Lovely stuff indeed then. I think also Drop Fast, it will be confirmed 2nd position here today. And Alhan will be confirmed at 4 today as well. Good stuff indeed there. And so that's just also a little bit of information as well then. So LPE has had a fantastic day today. He's up in his 6th position. And this is also a timely intervention from LPE as well, because Haas are battling with Toro Rosso for 2nd position in the constructors then, and very much this potentially could be a big day in the constructors championship. Payne's is saying Walker forgot to change his wing, which is what a shame there for Walker. If Walker changed his front wing, then I didn't even know he's had damage on there, to be honest. So Walker, if he changed his front wing, then potentially Walker would have been maybe getting some points as well. But you can see then the battle for 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th is still racing on there. It's 7.5 seconds away from Razor, but as I said earlier, so it could be about the penalties at the end of this race then as well. And look at them. Look at these 4 cars. That is Alfa Renault. Fantastic racing, isn't it? It's been really good stuff. And as up and down the field there, once again as they come into turn 1 there. And the one then is Walker leading this battle here, isn't it? As let's just take a look there. And well, he looks like he's got a full wing now, isn't he? Unless he's got minimal damage there on that Alfa Romeo that we can't see. But as Jake has dropped down to 8th position now, as V Todd is now up into 7th position there. Good stuff there from all these guys actually in the points. And really hard fought race today, hasn't it, for all the guys there in the points. Very hard fought race, so depending on whatever position you're on as well. And Gunnar is now also going to give Nunes some cause for concern, isn't he? And then once again coming down the hill, look at all these 4 Lionel Stern there. It's a fantastic race there between these guys there. So Wilson there is just 2/10 of a second back to the moment there. YBR there is left the session there as he is out of the race there, unfortunately. And now then we got Iceman, who is now under a lot of pressure there from Brabant. Then Brabant is going to go on the inside. He is going on the inside. Oh my goodness me, there's a slight bit of contact there. Just a whisker though, just a whisker. That 20. Oh my goodness me, that was more than a slight bit there. Brabant there, 100 second face of action there. Oh goodness me, that as well. And then and now then there's still Constantine up, and I gotta say, I love this race to go on for another 27 laps, isn't it? Of course, we got 50% races in ALR, and my goodness me, this race is absolutely flown by us. It really has indeed. And also Gunnar is on the back of Nunda as well. And now then, let's appreciate this man, and he is on course for his 4th race win of ALR Silver. Then, and today he hasn't lost the lead, has he? But but his biggest gap has actually only been 5 seconds, I believe, hasn't it? So good stuff indeed there from Paulie Orange there. Well, let's go to well, of course, I think Paulie Orange there does deserve some praise, doesn't he? He's been fantastic, but this battle here has been Iceman now getting wrong foot. Then Brabant is trying to go on the outside. Oh, and that's Walker got off the track there, and unfortunately, what a shame for Walker there, and that is a shame indeed. Then Paulie Orange wins the French Grand Prix, his 4th race win of his career, and what a second half of the season Paulie Orange has had. Brilliant stuff. Then Murphy is going to be a 2nd position there for the Red Bull team. Fantastic stuff there. Drop Fast is finishing third. Walker out of the race, unfortunately. Drop Fast finishing third. Then good stuff indeed. Then here comes Alhan to coming into a fine 4th position as well. Good stuff indeed there from Alhan then. And of course some valuable points there for the Haas team as well. Kingdom, it's going to be a great old battle between Haas and Toro Rosso in the final race next week. I'm loving that one. It's going to be good. And LPE is going to come through in a magnificent 6th position. His best result. Oh, he's dropped down to 8th. As V Todd is 6th position. Jake Wilson 7th. LPE is in 8th position in the end then. And still, I think that's his best result of his career there for Haas team. For the Haas team, good stuff. Lost Souls in 9th position in the end then. After a very difficult race for Lost Souls, wasn't he? Really out of sorts, wasn't he? And this battle for 10th, 11th, and 12th position has been brilliant stuff, hasn't it? Brabant is 11th position. Iceman 12. Dave will be finishing in 12th position there on his debut. Good stuff indeed then. And now we've got Gunnar and Nunda. Oh my goodness me, very close in the end. Wow, Gunnar just snatched it by a 10th of a second. And you can see the battling was thrown up and down the grid today, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then from the French Grand Prix. Absolutely great stuff there. Drop Fast and saying great battles there. That was really good racing there. Really enjoyed that. That was absolutely fantastic stuff, Fed. It really was then. And you can see then we're just watching the drivers that come onto the podium there. It's a 4th race. His 4th race win there for Paulie Orange there in his career of ALR Silver, and he didn't lose the lead at all today, did he? Fantastic stuff indeed there from the Mercedes driver then. Really well done indeed then. 2nd position there for Dan Murphy. 3rd position in the end for the Toro Rosso of Droftas as well then, and once again showing his consistency then. Really good stuff indeed then. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the French Grand Prix. It's Jake Wilson there agreeing with Droftas. It was a great race. It really was, wasn't it? Fantastic race. Very clean indeed then. Paulie Orange there, no penalties whatsoever. Same with V Todd and Wilson and Lost Souls. Very clean as a whistle indeed there, isn't it? So Paulie Orange there, his 4th race win of his career. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Dan Murphy in 2nd position in the end there. Droftas in 3rd there. Alhan 4th. Kingzone 5th. V Todd in 6th. Wilson cracking start there right up to 7th position. LP his best result of his career there in 8th. 9th is Lost Souls. Razor in 10th position. Outside the points was Brabant, Nunda, Gunnar, Ghost, Dave and Iceman. Retirement, Cirrus Mushroom, Walker, Flea and YBR all retired. No, sorry, I don't think Cirrus Mushroom retired, but Walker, Flea and who was the last person? YBR all retired then from the French Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Really thoroughly enjoyed that. That was really good stuff indeed then. Right then, let's quickly go over to the men who are on the podium then for absolutely fantastic French Grand Prix. Well done. And let's start off with the man who's won the race, Paulie Orange there. Your 4th race win of your career in silver. Your 2nd half of your season has been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's been going pretty well so far. Shane Glock wasn't here tonight. I think I could have had him tonight. I'm pretty fast at
My goodness me, you are fast around here as well. And I got to say, I'm very interested to see what you can. I'm very interested to see what you can do next season in silver. My goodness me, you're really setting a benchmark for next season, and a lot of the silver drivers are going to be concerned about you.
Yeah, I'll keep my fingers crossed. You know, don't count your chickens and all that jazz.
Definitely not. I know a lot about chickens. Well done, Paulie Orange. Fantastic stuff indeed. They're really well done. Next, let's come to the man who finished second today, which was Dan Murphy in the Red Bull. Dan, a fantastic drive today. You and Paulie Orange were having a good old scrap there. The gap would never went to higher than 5 seconds today. But overall, second ain't too bad, is it?
No, it's not too bad. The guy's rapid. I couldn't catch him. Just let him do his own thing. I'll do my own thing. Droftas can do his own thing, and that's just what we've done, I think.
Well, that's pretty summed up pretty nicely there, Dan, and well done. Yeah, well done to Dan as well in second position today. Really good stuff indeed. And let's come to Droftas in third position. And Droftas, I got to say, I was enjoying your battle at the beginning there with your teammate Kingzone Walker. It was absolutely fantastic down that back straight. I was really enjoying it. What about you?
It was good. Enjoyed. I never enjoy fighting teammates because there's no points if we fuck it up. Sorry, if we mess it up.
Excuse that French.
No, it was good. It was good, and like Dan said, I couldn't get near him, he couldn't get near Orange, so we just sort of stayed away from each other and chilled.
Really good stuff indeed then, and of course the Constructors Championship is very it's very much nip and tuck as well then. Today there is you inching close to the Haas team in second position. I'm really looking forward to that one as well. It's going to be a showdown in Azerbaijan. Looking forward to that one. That's of course next week on Silver at 7:30 UK time. Thank you all for the rostrum winners here today, guys. Brilliant stuff indeed. A fantastic French Grand Prix. That's 2 for 2. Are we going to get a hat trick of great Grand Prix in bronze tomorrow night? Find out 7:30. See you later.